Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the DnA podcast. I'm your host, Darius Dominguez.
I'm the co-host, Andrew Matos.
And this week's episode is sponsored by Gotta Go Fast, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, represent on your shirt right there.
Yes, sir.
So yes, that is our sponsor this week. And as well, on this week's episode, a ton of stuff, as always. We got Loki.
Oh, yeah.
We got a new trailer came out, and we'll get into that. Looks pretty good. Shang-Chi. Some things that piss us off all the time, and we'll probably get into Spider-Man for like half a second, and maybe
just a little bit.
Just
a little bit,
and some gaming stuff. Not as much as last week, but some stuff. So
yeah, some stuff. Yeah.
Without further ado, let's get into Loki.
Well, I was gonna say before we start,
Yes.
I'd like to say this week, happy birthday to Sonic. 30 years old. This little.
That's crazy,
hedgehog.
huh?
30 years old.
Wow.
As old as I am.
And probably probably Sega's mascot, really.
Oh yeah, this is Sega's mascot hands down.
For sure.
So.
Yeah. But yes, going to Loki, episode 3 this week.
Okay.
Amazing.
I know.
It's I didn't have very high expectations for this show, but so far it is surpassing anything I had. So
literally, like it's just like you just said, it's like high expectation. It's just like it's so good, man.
It's so good. It is, and the chemistry all of the cast have, because now we're having female Loki, or I think her name is Sylvie. She's going
Selfie, like I said last episode.
Absolutely, you were right. So I think their chemistry, Loki and Loki, they're great together on screen.
Yeah, they're so great. Like one that has like just appeared like magician, like the tries like Loki, Loki, the god of mischief,
of course.
And the other one is just like enchanted, mind control.
Yeah,
enchant.
Yes, she has the same powers as I think Enchantress, if that's her name, from the comics as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like they're mixing two characters in one there in a way, but like it's really cool to see what she can do, like how they're not really working together. They didn't really trust each other this whole episode, but they're kind of they use their powers for the same goal, so they're kind of working together. It's interesting to see how that was going. And yeah, the ending too, just phenomenal. Like it's such a cliffhanger because
now you don't know what's gonna happen, because I like too when he escaped using that what do you call it, that time, I forgot the name of it, the thing, the remote control.
Yes.
Yeah, and so what happened was that they went through, because the girl was getting her thing to, like, when they touch someone, they disappear from existence.
Yes.
And then they both went through, and they went to on a planet called Lemnistus, I think it's called.
It is
like 1 or something.
No, it's Lamentus.
Lamentus. I think so. Lamentus. Thank you, Lamentus.
It is
Lamentus.
It's a cataclysmic event. It's like the world's ending, basically.
Yeah, it's like 2 moons colliding together.
Yes.
Yeah, and then and then just like you see, like, and it was way further in the year, like in the future, like 2077,
Mm-hmm.
And then like you just see like meteorites of the moon colliding with the other, and you see people going to train to escape on the Ark.
On the Ark, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, we have to go on in and we're gonna escape, and then, like you said, cliffhanger, it explodes, and that's it.
What are they gonna do now? Because they can't go back to the TVA unless the TVA come get them somehow. Find out that they're there.
Yeah, and the thing got destroyed. The thing I forgot to mention, the thing got destroyed too.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
And then and then now they're stuck.
Who knows what's gonna happen going into the next episode? That's why I love it, because the TVA could come out of nowhere and save them, maybe, because they can't. They maybe need this Loki, our original Loki we started with. For stuff, but it's gonna get interesting, because all of this stuff that they're doing now is creating problems in the timeline. It's creating multiple branches. So,
Mm-hmm.
like they said, if the branches, reach that red line, that nexus point, or if the nexus point happens, they can't go back and fix it. So I feel like we're gonna get to a point where they're screwing so much stuff up, they're gonna get to that
Mm-hmm.
point, not be able to fix it, and that'll lead into the next movies where they gotta use Doctor Strange and whatever. I think we're gonna see the timekeepers too.
No, yeah, for sure. And what I like too is when if Selfie said, "Yeah, those are like when she in the beginning when she showed like her controlling like that woman in like in a nice like resort whatever in the
Yes.
beginning." And then after, like, be a good friend to me, like, tell me, like, what's the timekeepers, where are they, whatever. And then after she, like, using her, her chances power, like the mind control, like I
Yeah, yeah.
mentioned before. And then, like, yeah, man, just, then all of a sudden, you just freaking, there was just, like, talking, and she was explaining, like, where they were, everything. And then what I like, too, is when she was, like, about to go to the elevator where the timekeepers were. But my favorite thing is that what she said is that she's human and she's from Earth,
Yes.
right? And then the other people that you see in the TVA, they say like they're variants. They're all
They are,
variants.
and they don't know it. They don't know it.
They don't know it.
Yeah.
That's what I can't wait if they explain like all this, which most likely they will.
Yeah.
Do like it's gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be connecting with proper too with the new Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and the M and the Wasp,
The
what is it called
Quantumania.
now?
Quantumania.
Yeah, Quantumania.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
You're absolutely right, because I think with all the reports we've heard out of Spider-Man, No Way Home, and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, everything that's happened so far through 3 episodes of Loki is starting to connect dots in my head. It's starting to make sense, like some of the rumors we've heard, okay, this is what it is. I truly believe now, through only 3 episodes, that the other 2 Spider-Man that are going to show up are variants.
oh, for sure,
They're gonna
for
play
sure.
it. They're gonna play it as if they are variants from, a timeline that's not supposed to exist, or whatnot. So I don't know. There's lots of speculation there too. But through 3 episodes, stuff is. I know
Like,
we knew it was gonna happen fast because there's only 6 episodes, but it's happening. So
yeah, like, and shit hits the fan like every episode.
yes, which I like too. It's action packed. Like it's never a dull moment. Like I'm sucked into the show like no other.
Me
This is
too.
this is the best Marvel show so far, and
Yeah, like every Wednesday, I'm so like excited to watch like the next
yep.
episode.
I forgot it was I forgot it was Wednesday this week. Like what day all the days meshed together now through all this
Yeah,
all this
literally.
stuff. But yeah, I completely forgot it was Wednesday, and I was like, "Oh wow. Loki's out today." Like I'm excited to watch it. And I sat down and I put it on. It was like nice. Like I enjoyed it, sat back and relaxed, and it's a good show. Like I genuinely like I'm not distracted. It's not like a movie I'll just throw on in the background or whatever. No, like I am invested in the show. It is really good.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Yeah, so I'd say great show,
Mm-hmm.
great cast, great story so far. It's more than we could have asked for, I think, so far through 3 episodes, which is half the season.
Yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you, man.
Yeah,
Such a good show.
it's really good. It's really
Yeah.
good. Although there's one complaint I have, okay, about Loki. Before we move on to something else, one complaint. The director, Kate Herron, came out and said that Owen Wilson will not be saying "wow"
I
in any of the
know.
episodes, and
That sucks.
that for me is my only complaint. Okay,
Yeah,
otherwise I'm good. I'm on board. So
yeah. Me too. Me
yeah,
too.
it's really good. Staying in the MCU, a little bit. New Shang-Chi trailer dropped.
Yeah.
This I was not. I wouldn't say I wasn't, too excited for it. I would say I was anticipating seeing what it would bring to the table because it's a
Yeah.
brand new project, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I would say I was, intrigued, and then the first trailer came out, and I was like, all right, but this looks very good.
Yeah. No. I know.
This looks
I know.
very good. And the CGI and the fight with the rings and everything.
I know it looks so good, man.
It's to steal from Victor, friend of the show, and he'll be mentioned again later as well. It's so true what he said, because I was going to say the same thing. It's giving me Black Panther vibes.
Yeah, it literally is.
Because we'd never seen it on the big screen. We'd never seen it in live action before, even though it does exist in the comics. But it's giving me those vibes of like, holy shit, this looks good, and it's gonna be killer. It's gonna be killer.
Yeah, I know, man.
What do you think of it?
Man, like, when I saw it, it looked fantastic. Like, the fight scenes looks great, and I like when he was I think it was on the streetcar, and then and then after he just like hanging on, like, oh shit, like about to fall off, and then he's there kicking ass.
It looks good. It looks like the style of movie looks like I'll really enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, it gives me like I don't know. There's a certain vibe I'm getting from this already.
It's like Bruce Lee type of vibe,
Yes, a little bit. Yeah. It's kind of that kick-ass kind of. I think it's gonna be a good movie, and the CGI doesn't look, because one of the scenes near the end of the trailer looks ridiculous. Like, it's all CGI, but it doesn't look like it's overwhelming. Like, it doesn't look like Black Panther. One scene had really bad CGI that takes you away from it.
Oh yeah.
This through a trailer looks really good. Like,
I totally agree, man.
I totally agree. Yeah, and we're getting a return of another.
Villain in the MCU.
Yes.
Good old Abomination
is back. Yeah, and they didn't hide it at all. Like, he's in the. He's
like literally right there in the cage, just fighting, and the girl's like, yeah. There's two Shang-Chi, like, oh yeah, you got it, don't worry.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That means something, man. Like, that, the fact that he's coming back, he didn't die. It means something. Like, something's happening here. Maybe it's another play on the multiverse thing too, because everything's intertwined in the MCU, right? Everything is together. So maybe it's something with the multiverse. This guy's coming back.
Probably, because there's rumors going around that Mark Hamill, Jesus Christ.
That's
Luke Skywalker. Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo.
Very different people.
It's very different people. He said that they might make it back to play as Hulk, right?
Yes.
I think they're gonna go to the intelligent one, because in the comics, the Colonel, which is oh my God, what's her name? I'm just gonna call her Liv Tyler. That's the actress that plays the Colonel's daughter.
Oh, okay.
The Colonel actually becomes Red Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah. So he takes the part of the gamma radiation, and he actually becomes Hulk. And that's why they're gonna introduce like She-Hulk later on, stuff like that.
No, that exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is. It looks like it's just like a little piece to set up, maybe to go on forward with, like you said, She-Hulk, and maybe a different Hulk.
The Red Hulk
program. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Something, or a story with the Hulk, right? So it's very possible. Like, we're seeing now, anything's possible in the MCU, right? So.
Then Mark Hamill's gonna show up as Luke Skywalker.
I don't know if that'll happen. That's a little too far. We already got him in the Mandalorian. I don't think he's gonna show up to fight Venom.
That'd be awesome.
That would be cool. That'd be like a Marvel What If thing. That'd be pretty cool if you had like Star Wars characters be able to join in and
Speaking of that show, like, I can't wait until it comes out, man.
That's another it's coming in a month's time, I think. Well, like, I think so. At the start of August, I think. So that is going to be, I know it's animated, but I think it's going to be good. It's going to be very good.
Yeah, man.
There's potential for some storylines we've always wanted to see, and it's going to be a lot of exploring. It's going to be good. So that's another one. Yeah, it's animated, but I think it'll be pretty good. It's going to be good. And with Abomination back, like,
I know
I don't know exactly what it means, but it's not something for us to take lightly. Like, we should be. They put in the trailer for a reason. Pay attention to it, right?
I know.
So Marvel's not stupid with that.
Nope.
That type of stuff. So.
Nope.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I have to bring the episode down a little bit now. Okay, Andrew. I have to give you some bad news. Okay.
Yeah.
How would you feel if I told you that? Oh, to preference, this is going to come out Monday, as every podcast does. But we're recording this on Friday, the 25th. So, what if I told you that The Batman with Robert Pattinson was supposed to come out today?
I know.
I know. That's not a great feeling, right?
No.
And then this was the original release date, and then it was moved back to, I believe, September, and now it's next March.
I know.
Which is like, holy shit.
I know.
They were almost done filming this thing when we started this podcast last year.
Yeah, and then someone, what's the actor's name? Robert Pattinson.
Mm-hmm.
He had COVID, so
yes, he got COVID. They had to stop filming for a while, and yeah, there's a lot of this film took a hit. So
I know.
Now, how would you feel if I told you another movie was supposed to come out today? An original release day. Can you think of the movie?
It's not Black Widow, is it?
No. Black Widow was supposed to come out like last year, I think.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Black Widow is coming out soon, though.
What was the other one?
Venom.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Venom and Batman, I believe. Yeah. I have the original dates correct. I believe Venom and Batman were going to come out on the same day, which would have been a terrible idea. They would have changed one of the release days.
Yeah, for sure.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Venom and Fast 9 were going to come out at the same time.
Well, Fast 9 came out. Yeah, they were, but Fast 9 came out today.
Today, yeah. That's what I mean. Venom was supposed to come out today.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's So
it's just a quick little review. I did watch Fast 9.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that good.
It's shocking, you know.
It's.
I don't think you watch Fast and Furious anymore for accurate depictions of racing.
It's just one of those movies you just sit down and enjoy yourself with it.
Turn your brain off
and just enjoy it, man.
It is. I feel like since like Fast 6, it's been like that. You just gotta sit down and turn your brain off.
I admit, like, the action scene it's pretty freaking cool, man. It's pretty good.
Here's the thing, okay? And I'm gonna go against my own opinion here, I guess, for a second, is like the action scenes, they're pretty cool, right? But then I watch them and I'm like, there's no way Dwayne Johnson would survive that. But then I have to remember that it's a dumb movie and I have to turn my brain off, right? But then I keep thinking about, like, if Dwayne Johnson ever landed on a car like that, he would die. So
yeah, I know.
That's the only thing that takes me out of those movies. They're like so ridiculous. But hopefully next week we can give a proper review, and I'll actually sit down and
absolutely
watch it.
Yeah like I didn't see the whole thing for what I watched it. I saw like a little bit of it, and then after I was tired and I passed out.
Mm-hmm.
So I have, from what I seen and last time I saw it, I think probably another maybe 45 minutes, close to an hour.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, it's about like 2-hour movie, 2.5, almost 2 hour and a half.
It's a longer. They started getting longer as they went along, right?
And then Vin Diesel came out and said on Twitter, said that they're gonna do 2 more films, and
which is like, that's crazy.
That's it. You know what I'm really freaking pissed about? I like Vin Diesel. He's my boy. I like him.
Yes.
But where's Riddick? Bring Riddick.
Yeah.
I love those movies, man. Like, he does a good job as playing as the character Riddick. Like,
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the last one.
He's done though. Like, yeah. He's made his money, and
I don't know. Like, I think he has enough. To tell you the truth, I think he has enough like juice in him to do one more, and then that's it.
Maybe, but the way I see it, like, he's already signed on for all the Fast movies, so they for sure are gonna do 2.
I know.
And he's already made his money, so for him, it's kind of like, I'll just finish these 2 off, and then I've made my money, and that's the end of my day, right?
Yeah, so that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I think that's where he's at right now. But I mean, he should do one more because he can. So do it now before you can't, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I do get that for sure. But yeah, the Fast series has just become ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said last episode, I think it was just regular street racers, and then they go to space.
do like over the course of, I know 9 movies is a lot of movies, right? But we also had
Yeah.
Star Wars. That was 9, and it didn't get this ridiculous. So,
This is like I'm not comparing to like James Bond, but this is like a mini version of James Bond.
it in a way, yes.
You know what I mean?
In a way,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Not wrong. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I'll sit down and watch it. But yeah, fast.
yeah.
It's you have to admire how long they've been able to go with this
With
franchise.
this franchise, I know.
You do have to admire it, as much as I do think it's ridiculous, and it's lost a little bit of its spark for me. Right? I used to love the older ones; those are great.
Oh yeah.
So
I think I think honestly, in my opinion, I think my favorite one to this day is it's Tokyo Drift, man.
That is a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's top 3 for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's really good, man.
For sure. Yeah.
It's really good, that one. I actually like that one a lot.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, just take yourself serious and have fun with it.
Have fun with it, yeah. And it's a cool concept, the drift. Yeah, I that is for sure. And the soundtrack, so good. So,
yeah, it was good. I actually like the soundtrack in this one too. That one.
Oh, the newest one?
Yeah. Or the
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
Of course, yeah. Okay, we got some other movie news, and then I want to get into something with gaming that it'll probably take a lot of the episodes. So, well, I'll save it for right after this. Something really exciting is Transformers. Yes, Transformers.
Oh boy, Optimus Prime.
It's now, is this a movie?
I believe so, because if it is, well, my childhood is coming. It's coming, bro.
It's coming back. Yeah.
Like 2 things, awesome things coming right now. Is Spider-Man with all 3 of them.
That's
2. That's my childhood memory, and this one, because this new Transformers, it's gonna have the original G1 with Decepticons and Autobots facing the war, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna add in the Maximals and the Predacons.
Yes. Now, let me just say before we go any further, because you touched on the childhood thing.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, because you mentioned that and the Spider-Man thing, I don't think people are too many people are underestimating the impact this movie will have if the other 2 Spider-Man are in it. If I see Tobey Maguire fighting Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin on the screen again with the other ones, I might actually cry.
Yeah, it probably will happen. It
probably will happen, and I might, for real, cry. So I just wanted to say that.
No,
anyway.
Me too. No, legit. I'll be like...
Yeah, it would be like, it'll make me feel things, especially the soundtrack if they go a certain direction. But anyway, we'll move to Transformers, because I like Transformers too. Big part of my childhood as well. But yeah, so this movie, like you said, they're bringing in the Predacons and the Terracons and the Maximals.
Yeah, the Maximals. Yeah, Terracons. I forgot to mention. Yeah.
Terracons as well. Yes. And it's also set in 1994 in Brooklyn, New York, which is pretty cool. That is, not too. A lot of movies I find don't go back. Like, I think Bumblebee was in the 80s, if I'm.
So originally in Bumblebee, it is in the 80s, because he's actually,
that's the timeline.
A beetle, right? And then in the end, spoilers if anyone didn't watch it, the girl had him as the beetle, and then he transformed. He saw the Camaro like from really far away. He transformed. He's like, "Oh my god, he turned to a Camaro!"
This whole time,
and this whole time, and leading to the first Transformers was Shia LaBeouf. And then
it is actually a prequel if you think about it.
Yeah, it is. And what got me, I don't know, they might connect, because if the Bumblebee movie, if I don't know, because
I think the Bumblebee thing, was
maybe,
sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I think the Bumblebee one is probably going to be a reboot, in my opinion.
This is what I was about to say. I think they added that ending as a little bit of a like a love note to the original Transformers for kicking it off in live action.
Yeah.
Because no matter what anyone does, the Shia LaBeouf, the first Transformers, I think it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it is.
And it kicked off Transformers on the big screen. right? So I think that was the ending scene was, you could say it's a prequel, but I think that was more of a love letter, however, he transformed into that same Camaro to move on to that sequence or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I think Bumblebee, like you said, and these new movies, it's a complete reboot they're doing. It is.
I think so. I think so too, because if you waited all this time, then...
Yeah, because it's hard to... Because for me, with that ending, like I said, I think it's a love letter. I don't think it's a complete connection because that takes place in the 80s. So you're telling me Bumblebee stayed on Earth and just was chilling until 2007? Like,
no.
And same with Optimus. He was already here.
Yeah. Even showed Optimus on the freaking on the Golden State Bridge with Bumblebee.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
So this makes more sense with it taking place in '94 because it would only be a few years, and they're bringing in, like you said, the Predacons, Maximals. It's bringing in more of the back story. We only got 8 Transformers in the first Shia LaBeouf movie or something, like the most notable ones or whatever. So this is bringing in a whole universe. Like, they're rebooting it and they're doing it properly because they know people actually care now. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. And because I love Transformers and the Beast Wars. And what happened was that they're Cybertron, way millions of years in the future, and then they go they screw up with the timeline. They go through the black hole in space, and then went through time, and they went back in the oh my god, the Sword Age.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then they took freaking forms of the dinosaurs, whatever they were, the insects, and then bada bing, bada boom.
That's the whole original story, actually.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I mean?
It's and I think that was the whole Transformers 4 plot line too. Or 5, one of those.
With Age of Extinction with Grimlock and all.
Yeah, they kind of went back and told that story a little bit too. So
he's my favorite. I love Grimlock, bro.
Yeah. He's cool.
You have three or four old instinct dinosaurs, and then all of a sudden, I know this is a movie, but Optimus is fighting them. It's I'll lead you. Let's go. And then one becomes a pterodactyl, and the other one's a triceratops, and Grimlock's a T-Rex with freaking dragon breath. That's amazing. Cool. Yeah. You know what I mean?
My favorite, just because I never really watched the cartoons. My first thing of Transformers was the first movie with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite, because of those movies, is Megatron. They're just so OP.
Oh yeah, Megatron. Yeah, Megatron is Megatron. He's such a badass.
So cool. Man. And I always love the I always like the good guys, the Autobots, right? But the Decepticons logo is so much cooler.
It is. It really is. It really is.
And I've always kind of liked. Yeah, Megatron's just OP. But the movie one, in the cartoon, I think it kind of looks.
No, the cartoon, he was just literally a gun.
Yeah, it looks kind of wimpy. I don't want to say wimpy, but not as OP. In the movies, they made him a tank.
That's the thing. That's it. Yeah, because in the movie, he was a tank. But in the original cartoon, back in the 80s when it first started, he was just a normal guy.
A gun.
Yeah, and then he died.
Yes.
Right, and Unicron transformed him into Galvatron. A more super up thing,
and he shows up in the movies as well.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah, in the 1980s, I think 86 movie, I think it was. It came out in 86 or something.
Yeah,
and then he overtook Galvatron's mind because Megatron's mind was still in there, and then he was Galvatron.
He's in the newer movies too. Galvatron, I think he's in the third one, maybe. Of
I think the
original fourth one.
I think
he's in there. He's in there, but
but they used the thing with Megatron. It starts everything.
It was his brain, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
The other cool thing about this, I assume, this reboot, is Peter Cullen is going to be voicing Optimus Prime.
Yes,
and he will be in the G1 form. So I think this is a complete reboot. I think they're redoing Transformers, and properly this time.
I think so, yeah.
Not to say that it wasn't proper, but the thing with the Shia LaBeouf movies is they've never done a Transformers movie before, so they wanted to play it safe. They wanted the main characters, the Bumblebees, the Optimus Prime, the main
Michael
characters.
Bay.
Michael Bay too, right? So it was more of a blockbuster movie with these big names, it wasn't so much, telling a backstory, because nobody would have cared back then, to be blunt, right?
Oh yeah.
You have to
So true.
you have to pull people in for them to start liking it, then you can start telling stories, right? So it's just the way it is. But so many people like Transformers now because of that, right? So it's the way it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's honestly, like, growing up, those movies, and then being able to, the cartoons were always on, the Cartoon Network and whatever. But yeah, Transformers, I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm still pissed to this day that you were with me and I got that jersey. I'm glad that I got the Autobots one, but like, I should have gone that.
Oh,
I should have got the Decepticon one, man.
So the story goes, and you warned it before in the podcast, and on I think on an episode our cousin Ryan was on.
Yeah.
The story goes, we went to Fan-Expo Toronto, or Canada. Fan-Expo Canada, yeah. And so we were at Fan-Expo, and you noticed that they were selling hockey jerseys, and two of the hockey jerseys were, one of them was white with red trim with the Autobots logo, which you ended up buying and wearing, and the other one was, I believe, a dark black with like purple trim and gray trim.
Yes, it was a purple one.
Yes, with a Decepticons logo.
They had two. Yeah, they had the symbol where you see like Decepticon, and the other one was just, it had the same thing with the thing, but it had Megatron.
Yes.
In each shoulder here.
Now you ended up buying
the
Autobot one, which I don't blame you, because it is a pretty cool jersey still.
Yeah.
But the Decepticon one, that's the one that got away from you.
Yeah, I know.
That's the one. I'm sure there's somebody that has it or can sell or is still selling. There's got to be more out there, because they were there 3 years in a row, I think, or 2.
Yeah, they were.
And you finally bought one. And I mean, to make you feel better, you put the number 84 and Optimus Prime on the back, which that is a one of one item in the world. Like, let's be honest, it is. Nobody else has that. Okay.
No.
So that's 84. Obviously, the year Transformers came out. So.
And I'm so glad, like, they where I went to put it, I went to Pro Hockey Life, and then I was like, I brought the jersey in, and they're like, what kind of jersey is this? I'm like, it's Autobots. And the guy's like, I'll buy it for you right now. I'm like, no,
absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. And he's like, and I went to the front of the desk there.
Yeah.
When they I was like, can I have 84? And they asked me, do you want Detroit Red Wings font? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Sure. The color,
It's the Detroit, for anyone who does watch hockey or is into that, the jersey is a Detroit Red Wings template.
Yeah, template, yeah.
So it kind of looks like that jersey. So
yeah. And then, and I put down the name, Optimus Prime, and that's it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it's like nobody else in the world has that. Like, with the name and the number, nobody else. And it's a pretty cool. We gotta like really show it off on the podcast one day.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a nice jersey. The Decepticon one though was like it.
I know.
It was sharp. It was a sharp looking jersey.
Yeah, and they even had like Jurassic Park one there.
That's right. And Batman.
Batman. Yeah.
I don't think they had Spider-Man. They had Deadpool jersey, which, like, that's too much for me. Like the there's too much color in that one, but like the Decepticon one and the Autobot one, like, they're clean. They look nice. Those are
they were good.
Nobody has those, right?
Yeah, man. Like I even want to buy the freaking Jurassic Park one. I put Spielberg on the back.
That was pretty cool too. Yeah, it was not a bad. I mean? Yeah, it's cool.
I know, man.
A lot of stuff we saw at Fan-Expo. If I could sit down and like remember things to write them down and bring them up on the show, I will. But like, we went to Fan-Expo. You've been going for years. Right?
Yeah, I went like 12, 13 years, man.
Yeah, like, and in a row as well.
Yeah, in a row.
Yeah, and I think I started going 2013, and then up until I didn't go the year before COVID shut things down. But I was gonna end up going the next year. But obviously, we took a year off because some of the guests and things there. I don't know. We were like, maybe not this year. We'll go.
Yeah, because that was the year when Peter Cullen was there doing the autographs.
Yes.
And we saw he's like charging. I think it was like $240. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stay home this year.
Maybe not go this year. Yeah, no. But like, Fan-Expo is a fun time.
It is.
It is a fun time.
And I told you guys, yo, you need to come. Like, no questions, you need to come.
Myself and our other cousins, like, we all got to go together, because you had been going for at least, I think, 4 or 5 years before we even ended up going the first time. So, but it's literally always a fun time. You'll see things and possibly get things that not many people have, and you never thought you'd have. Like it's a good time. And
I still have the pictures I bought from there, like the Autobots one, and like the Transformers one, right?
They have some amazing graphic art there too. Like
Man, they
really
have
cool
some good. They have some good shit, man.
Yeah, it's where like everything, we like these things in passing, right? And you go there and it's like they're on huge displays and like people like cosplaying. Like personally, I wouldn't do it, right? But like you see people cosplaying there and it's like it's cool. They put so much effort into that stuff, right? And their art, like it's pretty cool. It's a good time.
And then I remember one time, our cousin Ryan was with us, and I got 2 pictures of The Walking Dead because I loved it. I love that show.
The best show back in the day. Yeah.
But like, I don't really watch it too much now. But like, I haven't watched the last I think the last season I watched was like 8 or 9. I think it was 9. So anyway, I went there, and the guy who did the design of the comics, he was there.
Yeah.
And after I was like, I like this picture. Do you mind? He's like, yeah, sure. What's your name? It's like Andrew. And you put like whatever in black marker. I'm like, and Ryan came up to me. He's like, that's the guy who does the comic books of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And after I went back to him, I'm like, I like your I never owned the comics, but like, I was like, you do good with the comics, man. It's like, keep up the good work, stuff like that.
And the comics are what inspired the show. So like without those illustrations and that guy, like it's not what it is today, right? So
man. And then like I think you were with me this time when I went. The guy who did the Arthur who did the book World War Z, he was there too.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, you were there. That's right. Man, just. Dude, it's such a blast.
Like, bro. I met the guy who did some Marvel comics too, and he signed something for me. He actually did these cool original drawings of some of the Marvel characters wearing hockey jerseys. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I got one with a Leaf jersey on it. Leafs suck though, and
I know.
And they and he signed it, which was pretty cool. And you meet people like that all the time. We met Stephen Ogg when he was on the come up. Like nobody knew who he was, and he was there, and we met him for free. And he was just there as a guy. Like people knew him from GTA, but GTA had just come out. He had not become this huge superstar on The Walking Dead and all these other shows and movies. Mm-hmm. And we met him for free, and he was one of the coolest.
He's the coolest guy ever, bro.
Yeah, like so, and like our cousin Lucas, he was there. He's there all day signing autographs, so he's eating donuts in between, right, to have something to eat. And our cousin Lucas is like, can you take a picture with me with, you eating the donut and your tongue out and whatever? And he did. Like, he was cool about it, right?
Yeah,
It's, something so cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And at the time, his son was with him.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
His son was with him, yeah.
Yeah, and then he was back. It's crazy the contrast of what being on a popular show or movie would do. He ended up going to The Walking Dead, and then a few years later, we went every year. He ends up back at Fan-Expo, but now he's in the, the big booth, and, if you want to talk to him, it's like $100, and to get his autographs, it's 140, and
I know.
But before, we're meeting him for free, and he was just in GTA or whatever, so.
Yeah, and and I had the steelbook. I still have it. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I still have my steelbook version of GTA on PS3
with
the 3 characters. Mm-hmm. He signed it at the time for free, which is awesome. And I was like, no, I just need the guy who played Michael and Franklin. Thank you. And then just like I'm like waiting all these years, and they were both there. They were decently priced, and after it's just like. I was like, can you sign this? I'm
to
like,
complete this collection.
Yeah, to complete it. And he goes, oh, you got steelbook too, eh? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, that's awesome. I was like, don't get rid of it. So if you don't, I swear he's like, I'm gonna get the Trevor after. Yeah. No, he said that I'm gonna get Trevor after you, just for drugs. And I was laughing. I was like, no, I'm keeping it for sure. He's like, okay, good.
That's another, like, it's a rare item. Like, you have all 3 of them actually signed by the guys who played the characters.
Yeah,
like, that's pretty cool.
I have an item here too, just like to show. The guy who does the voice of the English dub version of Dragon Ball plays Goku.
Mm-hmm.
I have his autograph right here. Look.
Oh yeah,
Right
that's
there.
right. I remember
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and on the pop head that you bought at the event as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
it's a good time. Like it's
such a blast, man.
you meet good, cool people. Like the stories, like it's interesting.
Yeah, it's like it's stories to tell your kids when you get older and your grandkids, stuff like that.
Yeah, you could like you went to this event and there was this going on, and like they have all sorts of different events and stuff you could try. Like we went to like video game trials. Remember we went to the Watchdog. Like there was no trailer
Yeah,
out. Watch Dogs.
that was like the first time you actually seen the gameplay.
Ever, and then the game got delayed like what 4 times after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember our cousin Lucas pre-ordered the game after we saw that screening because it was nowhere before that. It was no trailers out. It was very top secret stuff, and we saw it like for the first time, or
Yeah.
one of the first groups, and he ended up pre-ordering the game and it got delayed like 4 times. Finally came out like a year and a half later. But yeah, stuff like that. It's cool. And then like same with meeting Stephen Ogg. I have how GTA comes with like the maps in the
Oh, the
game case?
posters. The posters. Yeah,
So on one side it's a map and the other side it's a poster. So I got him to sign that poster, and I still have
Yeah.
that in my game case. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I still have I have posters in my house, in my room right now, like 3, 4 of them with like autographed by him too.
See, yeah. So,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
it's pretty cool.
but like hands down, for me, my opinion was the best day of my life when I met Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox.
That was. I'm glad we got to do that together.
Yeah.
Because you, our cousin Ryan and I, like, it is. I don't know about Ryan, but Back to the Future is my favorite movie ever.
Me too, hands down.
Yeah,
Hands down.
it is something that inspired me to follow the career I wanted, and it literally, yeah, there you go.
No,
If
I
you're
mean-
watching the video podcast. But yeah, if you're, it's inspired me to want to get into media and filmmaking and videos and whatnot. So to meet those, yeah, like one of the coolest experiences, and they're so cool. Like they're so
Yeah,
like,
man.
they meet so many people and they're so gracious. Like
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah, man. Like, I should have brought a copy of my. I have the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Mm-hmm.
and he's in it, Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
But like, I just meeting him in general, man. Just like
Yeah.
shaking his hand.
Shook his hand.
Dude, this guy has big fucking hands, man.
Yeah. For anyone who like, I would have never thought, because I know Michael J. Fox is shorter, so obviously
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd's gonna look tall, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a tank.
Yeah, he is. He literally is a tank.
He's a tank when we saw him in person. Like, and like we went to take a picture beside him, and he was there with the DeLorean. It was such a cool picture.
Yeah.
There with the DeLorean, and he's huge. You shake his hand. Nice to meet you. Shake his hand. Like, it literally like engulfed my hand, and I'm like 6'3".
Yeah. I was like, I even told him, I was shaking. I'm like, Jesus, you have big hands. He's so lucky.
I was like, you would never think like he's huge. Like he's tall. Like
Yeah, he's like 6'5",
five
I
or
think.
something, or maybe even taller. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
insane. But yeah, like meeting him was crazy, and I would like when we got to take a picture with Michael J. Fox, like I was almost like vibrating. Like,
Yeah, dude, I didn't know what camera to look, and I looked right at like the one right away to like take a picture.
yeah,
I was so nervous, like I was numb.
literally, yeah. It
I was numb, bro.
like yeah. It's a weird feeling. Like
Yeah, man.
It's almost as if you can't even talk to them as a real. It's terrible to say, but even as a real person, like it's like, what do you say that they've never heard before, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I love your
know.
work, like, like
Yeah, and I was like, and I went up to him. I'm like, and I even told him, I was like, it was lovely to meet you, like that.
Yeah.
Like a big fan. He's like, don't worry, man. Take care of yourself.
Yeah,
You know?
and super nice. Like he could just sit there all day and just like smile and not say much, but he was oh hey, what's up guys, nice to see you, like whatever, like
Yeah.
so cool. Like
It was such a great experience, man.
yeah, it really was, and that completed the like we got the Christopher Lloyd one, which all three of us, we were like, that's cool. We got to take the picture all together. You know, Christopher Lloyd,
Yeah.
such a big, you know, influence. And then, you know, the Michael J. Fox thing came up, and we're like, we got to take a picture with both of them. And all three of us, like, it's got to be, it's, and to just meet, a picture is one thing or whatever, but to be able to, you know, share a moment real quick with that person and just be like, and they actually acknowledge you and whatever, because they definitely don't have to. That was cool.
Yeah, and just like all I needed in my life, which those take a picture of those two guys, and that's it.
Yeah, that was my.
That's it.
That was my. You know, Fan-Expo. You can get cool things and meet cool people, and you know, like celebrities. I mean, but also other people. You hear stories and whatever. You know, other people that travel and whatnot. But in terms of that, as soon as I did that, it was like the holy grail. Like, I have completed Fan-Expo. I don't know if I can get anything else that would ever top that.
Yeah, that's it. And it was cool too meeting a guy he's in like the Terminator, and he's another movie called Aliens, the second one. He plays android named Bishop, and his real name is Lance Harrison.
Okay.
Awesome guy, dude. Awesome guy.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. And like I was like the last one, I was like, he's like he had to go. I'm like, just one more. He's like, okay, get over here.
Yeah.
It's just come here.
Nice.
Yeah, man. It's cool, man. It's just stuff like that. It's just take pictures of your favorite people that you grew up with, like the movies and everything. You know,
it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a good experience. I would recommend, you know, if you ever have the chance to go to Fan-Expo or Comic-Con, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Legit. Yeah. Legit.
Go have a good time. Okay, we're running out of time a little bit, but I do want to get into a few things. We have some time. I wanted to bring something up because our friend, like I said, I would mention him again, friend of the show, Victor, brought up as well, but I've been thinking it for the last little while as well. And I want to get your opinion. We'll talk about it. I am getting so bored of the PS5 already.
You know what? Yeah.
I don't think I'm wrong. I think a lot of people are experiencing that. I'm not joking.
It's just the reason why I play like every so often here and there, just play like food games here and stuff. But like,
like I used to play like often, right? Not like a crazy amount, but like often, maybe every day for maybe an hour or two or something, just like a little bit at night or whatever. I picked it up yesterday for the first time in like 2.5 weeks. And I played FIFA, which I could play like on PlayStation 2. So it's not like a PlayStation 5 exclusive, brand new, high definition, all this stuff game, right? It's like, it's lost that sex appeal to me already, you know?
Yeah, it's that phase you're going through. I went through that phase.
Yeah, I think everyone does too. Kind of drop the video games a little bit, but
there's some before I met, you know, my lovely fiance now, my ex-girlfriend, when I was dating her, I haven't played
You didn't play video games much?
Yeah, like I haven't played like almost like 2 months.
Yeah, see?
You know what I mean? And then after I was like, and I picked the controller, like, I was like, fuck, this feels so good again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
it's not like I've lost the love for video games or, you know, playing here and there, because it's a nice little relaxing stress reliever sometimes if you don't play sports games. But I feel like it's just lost something for me. Like, the games are either too, like, I do not want to commit to a game that's like 27 hours long or something, and then you have to do the side missions and
if you want a game that you commit to, like right now that is available, is Mass Effect.
That's what I've heard. Yes,
I'm telling you, man. Like, I don't know, these fucking RPGs, man, like Skyrim and Fallout, it just gets me hooked. Man.
But here's the thing. The main point I wanted to bring up too is games like that. I don't think I want to go that route anymore, because that is something that, you know, grabbed my attention back back in the day, like Uncharted and those games, right? Those
Yeah,
longer kind of adventure and whatnot that really push the system to its limits. That's the thing about it. But now I'm looking at like we talk about it off the podcast. I'm looking at like something like a Nintendo Switch, where I'm like, that's something new. It's spicy, like play some fun games, some Mario. Yeah, he's gonna pull it out. There it is. See, yeah, and it's cool. Like you can take the sides off. You can play it portably. It's something that's catching my attention.
Yeah, it's a cool feature, but for me, honestly,
Play it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I probably would too. But
like
yeah. But I'm just saying, like it's something different.
Yeah, it's convenient.
Yes, it's convenient. You can play games quickly. You can play fun games, and yeah, like I think in terms of video games, like I'm gonna start going that direction, and I don't think I'm alone.
No,
I might be, but I think a lot of people are starting to lose the interest in these super crazy long games.
Yeah, like dude, honestly, for me, like the Switch, the other day I was like, you know what, I'm just playing a little bit. I think let's play Skyrim because I just got Skyrim on the Switch. Such a good port, man. They I don't know what they do with these game developers. Like, oh yes, Bethesda, by the way. They import their games so well on the Switch.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Doom, the original Doom, or not the original. Sorry, like the reboot of Doom on the Switch. Yes. It's on handheld. It's 720p, 30 frames per second, and on the TV or / monitor, which I have right here,
whichever one. Yes.
Yeah, it's 1080p and 30 frames, and it plays so smoothly, man.
Yeah.
And just like they have like all these developers. Like, okay, when Nintendo Wii U came out, developers like said like, back off. We know what nothing to do with Nintendo. I'm just being honest, right?
It is true.
Right? And then when the Switch came and all the sales numbers came up, they're like, oh shit, Nintendo's making some big buck. Okay, let's import their freaking
let's start
doing it. They imported Witcher 3 on the fucking thing.
I know, that's pretty if you really sit and think about that, that's really insane.
Like Witcher 3, you play it on your Switch, which is freaking insane.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, man. And like now I just bought I haven't bought it before it first came out, but I bought the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Because it was on sale, right? I don't buy no more like. And speaking like games like buying wise too, I don't buy physical copies of more games, bro.
Zero. I don't buy physical at all. I have one physical game, and it's Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and I'm selling it if anyone is interested. So,
yeah. And why are you selling it?
Okay, I'm not. Listen, it's a good game. Okay, I'm selling it because I never play it. Because I never play any games anymore.
Nah, it's just it's Call of Duty, dude.
Call of Duty is, to be harsh, it is mostly the same thing all the time.
It is.
Yes. They do change things. It's a good game though, Andrew.
Yeah. I really don't care for it.
No, that's fine, but it is a good game. But I don't. But that's my point. I'm selling it because I barely play it. It's a personal choice. I barely play it, and I don't really care for it anymore because I played it when it first came out. Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just waiting for another like big hit.
I think Battlefield might be that.
I will see.
We'll see how it goes, but
we'll see.
I think Battlefield has potential to be something big there. But
yeah,
you're right.
If it gets my attention, I probably might end up buying that Battlefield game.
Yeah,
I usually don't.
But it looks good.
Yeah, like we just got Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 for free for PlayStation Plus like a few months ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And and this one, if it comes out and it like wows me, I'm gonna say, "Holy shit! Take my fucking money because I'll pay for it." You know what I mean?
Take my money right now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, and speaking like system, like, dude, the Switch, it's a good console, bro.
I think I'm getting very close to pulling the trigger.
I'm telling you, if you end up getting it,
yeah,
buy Smash, bro. You just need
Oh yeah.
But you just need 3 games to last you quite some time, to tell you the truth. And those games are, like I said, Smash Brothers Ultimate, Mario Kart 8, right? Yeah, 8 Deluxe.
Yes.
And fucking Super Mario Odyssey.
And honorable mention, Animal Crossing.
And that one,
maybe not for you, but
yeah, people love it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. People love it, but that type of game for me just
not it. Yeah.
No.
Well, it's like you've never really been into Minecraft either, right? So.
Yeah, and like when I played with you guys and our cousin Lucas, when I was playing it, I was actually like having a blast. Yeah.
Minecraft. If you give Minecraft a chance, with Minecraft, it's either you've never played it or you love it. So.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you give it a chance, it is fun. You can get so creative and build, and it's fun with friends. It's a super relaxing game. Like
that's
what a video game should be.
That's why I was like. That's what I like. I like to play games with you guys, like co-op, multiplayer, and like just chill and just go dig up rubies and fucking gold and shit,
and diamonds and all that good stuff.
Yeah, the diamonds. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Listen, like, yeah, man. Yeah, if I were you, honestly, like straight up, just get it, man.
I might. And speaking of games, let's move along to games that you didn't know were expensive or shit.
That's true.
That's true. Know were expensive as shit, I should say. I don't know what I just said.
No, that's correct. That's correct.
There you go. What do we got on the?
Okay, so this one, it's on Sega Dreamcast.
I haven't done this console yet. Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite games of all time. Horror ones, you know what it is.
I do.
Mm-hmm. And for this one, I'm gonna keep saying it. The prices are gonna keep going like higher. So,
yeah, of course.
But this one it's kind of almost up there for expensive. It's a little bit expensive. And this guy, it's Resident Evil 2 on Dreamcast.
Yes.
So
not the PS2 version.
No,
PS1.
Not the PS1. Just the Dreamcast version.
Yes.
Yeah. So this guy, loose, just a disc, and $80.
Which, for
a disc, just a disc.
Yes, it's expensive.
So sorry. 2 discs. My bad. 2 discs.
Right. It's a 2-disc set.
Yeah, 2-disc set. It's $80 for the 2 discs. For complete, $240.
That's a huge jump.
Yep.
That is a huge jump.
And when I got this game back then, when I had it, like, because I have a Dreamcast, right? It's called the GEMU. It's like an emulator, Dreamcast emulator.
Right.
And I have I have the whole library of fucking Dreamcast games on there for everything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And when I bought this game physically on eBay, back then I paid like close to $100 for it.
Okay.
So that's like 2-3 years ago. So 2-3 years for $240 complete. Goddamn.
That's
goddamn
a lot.
Yeah. Well, and brand new. It's $352.18 for that one.
Wow.
No.
That's expensive.
Yeah, for a Dreamcast game.
For a Dreamcast game. That's
yeah.
It differs from console to console, right? Like an NES game would be
NES
more expensive, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is a Dreamcast too. It's like, it's a Dreamcast. It's a game, right? So, and graded, it's a little boost. It goes up to $387.28. So.
Okay, well that's a little. Yeah, that's not a huge.
Yeah. So,
but
yeah, man, you'd be surprised with these games, man. Like Dreamcast, there's one game I'm gonna mention after in the next episode.
Yep.
And it has our favorite blonde mercenary character from Street Fighter. I'm not mentioning who it is. I'm just saying she's a mercenary.
That is the tease for next week.
That's the tease, and I'll give you a hint. She works with M. Bison. That's all I'm saying.
That's all. That's it.
That's all I'm saying.
That's the tease for next week. You got to tune in next week.
It's that game is just.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the rarest games on the Dreamcast. I think it is.
it would
So
probably have to be at
it
that
has to be, yeah,
type of price, right?
for the price. Yeah. So yeah, Resident Evil 2 for Dreamcast.
Expensive as shit.
Mm-hmm,
And it's a game that
mm-hmm,
you did not know was expensive as shit.
mm-hmm.
And with that, Andrew, well, I will say actually quickly, we're gonna start doing a little bit of a segment similar to this, but more, giving a spotlight to indie developers. So we're gonna start
Yeah.
picking out indie games or games
Oh,
made by
dude, I got a
indie.
shitload.
We'll have a list. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, please. Oh,
But
yeah.
we want to start giving spotlights to the indie developers because those games are the ones that catch our eye. They
Dude,
deserve it.
I buy their games.
Yes, and
Like
as people should.
yeah, I support them because they're that good.
Yeah, it's
Their games are that freaking good. Like, yeah,
100%. Like,
yeah, man.
so
Straight up,
we
bro.
will bring in a new segment like that, spotlighting indie developers
Very good.
in the coming
Very good.
episodes. It might actually be, and this is the first time I'm mentioning it, after episode 50, which is going to be a big one.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost there. We got one episode left, and then episode 50.
Oh,
So,
very good. Very good.
I will, if you've listened to this point, we're introducing some new stuff come episode 50.
Very good.
There's going to be some cool new features to the podcast. So
Very good.
as I
Very
feel
good.
like we add new stuff like all the time, but
Oh yeah,
but
this is gonna be like a good segment.
yes, there's a good segment and some new stuff coming very soon. So stay tuned. Now it is time to go to our favorite and last segment of the show. It's time for Darius' difficulties and Andrew's annoyances. But Andrew, as always,
I'll go first this time.
okay,
Okay.
this time, all the time.
Hey, the last 3 weeks I
I've been
forget
going.
you.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank
No, no problem. No problem. Anytime.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so this is really annoying. Okay, you're at work, whatever, and you go to your boss or whatever, your supervisor. You say, whatever. You say, hey, blah 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 blah. The name. I need
Blah blah blah.
some. I need some shit for like this department, or because where I'm working right now, it's like a factory,
Mm-hmm.
and we need fans, like fans to cool us down.
Air conditioning.
Because,
Yep.
or yeah, even air conditioning too. But no, fuck, I'm so pissed. So what happens is that it's like you have the whole open thing, like without AC, right?
Mhm.
But the freaking office has the AC.
I used to work
Punch.
in a similar-ish environment. Some of the guys
And then, like-
would have to go in the back it was a grocery store.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it
yeah.
would be humid, and there's some people out front that get the AC. So
Yeah, you literally, which is awesome too, because when I worked at Dairy back in the day in the retail,
you're in the cooler all day.
Oh, dude, I was just opening the freezer, just in the cooler. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But
And
they,
then, yeah.
they come looking for you though.
Yeah, and I was like, what's like, what are you in here? I'm like, it's freaking hot as fuck, and I want to keep cool. Yeah, so that's my annoyance. Yeah.
Oh yes, I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking so it's so bullshit, man. So
Yeah, it's
bullshit.
not. I mean, it definitely doesn't sound like a fun time.
No, but no, it's a serious matter. Like you could like really ruin your. It's not good for your health, man.
No, it's not good for your health. Not
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's my
Um,
annoyance.
Good, nice.
Thank you,
It's,
thank you.
close to home.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. So what's
yeah,
your?
so my difficulty
no, it's
has nothing to do with yours.
Oh, okay.
It's so this one's oddly specific, I'd say. But let's say you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy a new shirt or shirts.
Okay.
Shirts.
Mhm.
And because you need new shirts, let's say, or whatever.
Oh,
reason.
yeah.
Maybe you're feeling nice. You want to try some new shirts. Some new style, whatnot.
I have a story for that. The shirts, by the way, but continue.
go ahead.
No, okay.
Yeah, so you got your new shirts and whatever, and they're awesome. And you go, okay, I'm gonna go wash them now because that's what people do, and that's what you should
shit.
absolutely do. By the way, if you're watching this,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
wash your clothes. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
definitely do not wash your clothes. So, put your clothes for a wash, and then, you know, some people air dry them. Some people, like me, do not, and you have a dryer, and you put the clothes in the dryer, and they come out a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know that feeling.
That's my difficulty when your clothes shrink in the dryer, because it's not a great feeling.
Yeah, and you have one of your favorite T-shirts, like, I'm gonna rock this, and then from the extra large, whatever, just say some size two, like it turns
goes to a crop top.
Crop top or a medium. You're like, son of a bitch.
That sucks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that is my oddly specific difficulty this week.
Mm-hmm. I feel you'll know
because it is not ideal. But what is your, before we end the episode, what is your shirt?
So I went to Walmart the other day, just buy. I buy stuff online, like on PSN, like the gift cards, because I don't like putting my credit card information on there, so I just buy it there. I'm using that.
Right.
I'm looking through the clothing section, and I see some fucking sick T-shirts, dude, like nice ones.
Okay.
I have like 5,000 T-shirts in my drawer. It's filled all the way. They're like, I have nowhere to put it. I'm like, look, I'm like, fuck. And I look again, I'm like, fuck, because these ones it looks sick.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, It looks sick. There's one I saw of like the X-Men, well, like with the, you know that comic book one I have, like with the zombies of the Marvel.
Yes.
I had something like that with the X-Men. I was like,
that's pretty cool.
Fuck, man. And then I saw one with, I should have gone. I was so pissed. I think they might still have it, but it's the one with Beavis and Butthead. That
classic.
It was Beavis does the "Are you cordial?" like this with the thing like this, and he's surfing on the surfboard, right?
That's classic.
Yeah, and then like
Beavis and Butthead.
I was like, "Fuck, man!" I was like, "I should have bought this and this and this."
Oh yeah, that's actually, speaking of shirts and this podcast. If you made it this far in the video or the audio podcast, stay tuned. Stay tuned for some DnA merch.
Oh yeah, pretty good.
Coming to be determined. Coming in the near future.
Coming into you.
Yes, exactly. Yes. The DVD, you know, the blue and
it's a Blu-ray / DVD combo.
That's right. Yeah. That is it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching and listening. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube every Monday night at 5 p.m. Check us out on social media. Everything's in the description. You can find it there. One thing I do want to mention very quickly is on Spotify, if you can't find us, keep scrolling. We're there. So I've had a few people reach out and be like, I searched DnA podcast and I don't see you. Keep scrolling. We're there. It's just you got to use the exact keywords.
Yeah, I was one of them.
Yes, it's you gotta.
Because I was like scrolling. I was like, there we are.
It sucks, but you have to hit a certain threshold to, you know, be higher on the list of episodes. Whatever, we're almost there.
That's good.
So just keep scrolling if you can't find us. And the other thing I wanted to mention too, very quickly, is on YouTube. If you don't like a certain segment we talk about, you can skip. I put timestamps as well as audio, but YouTube does it really well, where you can actually see through everything we're talking about this episode without, you know, watching it yet, and you can go and skip through to the things you want to watch. So if you want to listen to us talk about Loki, but you're not necessarily into video games, skip to Loki, listen to us there, and then skip to the next segment you want to watch. So you don't have to watch the whole podcast if you don't want, and you want to listen to the good stuff like Loki or maybe our Fan-Expo talk. You can click the timestamps and just watch what you want. So
yeah, watch random stuff we just discussed, you know.
Exactly. So or you can watch the whole thing. That'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Stay safe, stay healthy, everyone. And Andrew?
Yeah. Darius said, take care of yourself, and please, for the love of God, stay hydrated.